Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of this triple soap making video, which is called Un-Enchanted Rose. And we started off with the first part was making these pipeable roses, all hand piped. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these roses here. These are a flat disc rose, and if you keep watching I'll show you exactly how to make them with the recipe, the leftovers of what we made the roses with. Okay, so I've got all my squashed up soap dough in here. Yes, it's exact, well, you saw me make it, so it's exactly the same recipe that I would make a loaf of soap with. Next, we just want a square piece of cotton or muslin or something like that, some corn flour. Just drizzle it into the centre. I'm just using Sainsbury's corn flour or cornstarch, you might know it as. And just take the corners up, and you're just making a little pouch with that. Just cover it round, and then the brilliant thing about that is you can just dab it onto your work surface like this. It's just like the cake makers. Cake making and soap making is obviously the actual making of the soap is nothing like making cakes, but the processes afterwards are very similar. So this one obviously is very similar. So we're just going to take some more gloves. Gosh, you get through plenty of gloves when you're doing this. I'm going to open and just take one piece out, which is still lovely and soft. Just pop the lid back on. Now you're going to need a couple of sticks. Kebab sticks will do. Make sure we're both of the same thickness. I'm just going to show you these ones. One is much thinner than the other. This one's thinner than that one. This one could be double the thickness actually. That's no good. They both need to be the same thickness. We're just going to pop those like that. Just put some more cornstarch on your work surface or whatever you're rolling out. The work surfaces here are always blitzed down with rubbing alcohol before I start doing anything. I guess I'm just going to give this another squeeze. Give it a roll and then just squash it together. Put some more cornstarch on there. And then take your rolling pin, put some cornstarch on that as well. And then start rolling out your soap dough. And the great thing about the kebab sticks is they will control the thickness, because obviously you need your kebab stick under your rolling pin at either side, and then you can't roll the soap any thinner than the thickness of your kebab stick. So that one's done. Now I'm using sweet stamp today, and I've already used this to make one. I just wanted to practice and see if it would work first. And the other thing I want to make sure is that what I cut out is actually going to fit on a slice of soap. So we are going, again, yes, it's going to be very time consuming. How many can I get out of this piece? I might be able to cut 2. So we're just going to take the rolling pin again, and I'm just going to roll that, not too heavily, onto the soap. And then I'm going to take a scalpel, or you might be able to get some cutting tools or something, some blades at any craft store. I just ordered these online. And I'm just cutting gently around. I'm going to just smooth it off all the way around the soap. It doesn't need to be, it does, I want it to be pretty neat. And I'm just going to push through gently there and release. And then we're going to end up with a nice stamp to fit on to the front of my soap. Now this one, I actually looks like I haven't pressed it hard enough because there's no indentation on this side, so I'm going to do that again. See if I can get it spot on into the right place. I'm just going to push down gently with, well, I'm pushing it quite hard actually. Now I think I might have pushed it too hard. Let's see. No. Well, it's not that neat. I think it's much better, but I'm going to redo that because it's very untidy around the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it back in there. And I'm going to re-roll that. It's sticking to the soap because I haven't put enough cornstarch on it. Now I think I need to clean this up. There is another way I can do this, but I think it'll be too big, because what I was initially thinking was taking a cutter, placing this on here, and then taking a cutter to cut out all the way around, but that is going to be far too big for my soap. So that's why I decided just to cut around the rose. So I think it'll look nicer if it is just cut around the rose. And because the soap's nice and soft, right, let's have another go. That's better. You just need to neaten it up around the edges if you have any little bits sticking up. So that's much better, isn't it? You can see the thickness there, and I'm hoping that will look gorgeous stuck on the front of a soap. And as you can tell, the whole of this soap is going to be cream. Now I need to keep those nice and soft. So the next step I'm going to do, before I cut out all my roses, I should have done this. Just going to alcohol spray that off again. Take some cellophane and cut some small squares. And that, what we can do with each one is just take a little square, pop that on there, and then place another cello square on top of that, just to keep them kind of soft. Right. I'm going to continue making roses. I guess I'll do another, at least one for you to see. Okay my friends, so here we have all of our lovely roses all laid out. So once you've made them, I put some cellophane on the bottom and some cellophane on the top, so just press them down to make sure they are all level, so flat onto the work surface, so all your roses have a perfectly flat base. Because that base, we need to stick it later on to the soap. So I've got those beautiful soap stamp roses, and the stamp is from a company called Sweet Stamp. I'll link that in the description box below. And then here are our piped roses that are going to go on the top of the soap. And so that is as far as we get for part 2 of my Un-Enchanted Rose soap. So if you can guess which movie this is coming from, I'm hoping it's going to make sense at the end when I tell you which movie it is. Of course you'll all have guessed by then. See you next time.